Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Man, This Guy Works on Everything. That would be me, this guy. And today we got a Mustang, newest generation. So I don't even have to give you a year. Whatever the newest generation is. You see this key? Mustang baby, America baby. So we about to put some lowering springs on this thing. So on this Stang. I caught that just enough time just to kill this wheel gap, even though I think his tires are really meaty, and if I put these springs on here and they rub, I can't help them. But yeah, look at that, the clearance right there. It's pretty close, so we're gonna see. But I told him I'll be done in like 2 hours, maybe 3. So we're gonna knock this out. It's gonna be faster than that, most definitely. But it's gonna look great. So let me show you guys the car. Quick, whatever you wanna call it. Quick view of the vehicle. Pretty long, so it kinda takes up all the space. But not bad. My roommate has one of these in black. And this isn't my first rodeo with these. So I already got the hood pre-popped. I'm gonna lift that bad boy up. Oh. It's the stick version. So we gotta put the stick up. It is so hot in here. But yeah, got 3 bolts right here. Then on this car, you gotta take the caliper off, take the rotor off, and then take the 2 bolts off. But when you take them out, you gotta hammer them out. So that's gonna be fun. And on the back, you just drop these 2 bolts for the subframe and take the sway bar bolt off first, and then the 2 bolts for the subframe. It'll drop the subframe, pull the spring out, put the new spring in, boom. Sounds like a lot of work, but it's actually very easy compared to the front. It's all a whole complicated car, honestly, but for the most part, pretty straightforward. So we are gonna get these springs, Eibach, and see how low we can go. Got the fresh springs. We got some center caps. He wants these solid black center caps on there. Don't ask me why. That's just what he wants. Honestly, in comparison, I prefer these over these, but I ain't gonna tell him no. That's not what I'm here for. So we're about to get busy. I'm about to get these springs on this car, and you're just gonna get some brief overviewing, maybe some time lapse, but here is your video. Check it out. Alright, so welcome to the backside. You know, everybody's favorite, you know what I'm saying? I went ahead, took the liberties, as one would say, to go ahead and take this apart. That way you could just get a pure visual of what's supposed to be happening. So, we need a light. Let me get a light. Boom, Eureka. Alright, so if this was any other YouTube video, the tools required are, we got an 18 wrench, and that is for the sway bar bolt that goes right here, the sway bar. See that? And you put that on there, and you use this. It is a, it doesn't even say. It's an Allen key type thing, right here, Allen key. And then while this holds the bolt for the sway bar, this goes in the middle like that, and then you run it in, like inward, run it in, and it'll come out. So that's the sway bar. For the shock, you have 2 bolts at the top, 2 bolts at the bottom. 13, 18, 13, 18. So these 2 go underneath here. 1, 2, and that ends up in here. So 13 and 18 right here. 18. Okay, so that's this. So you take this off first. You can take that off second or first, it doesn't even matter. And then under here, so on the new Ford vehicles, all of this stuff is one piece, so it's not like you could just take a bucket off and then it drops. Now everything's connected. So you see that long bolt right here? That's for the subframe. The way you can tell which one that you need to take out, it's blue. See, it's blue right here, but it's actually blue right here too. Straight up, right here. Check it out. There's this bracket right here. So there was a bracket with a bolt, the bolt going through it, and then there's two 13s right here. So I'm gonna zoom in. You see that 13? And you see that 13 on the ground? Right there. So there's two 13s on the bracket, and then that 21, and right here, shifting the light. I know you see that giant hole right here? Right there with another one. So you'll see a blue bolt right here, and you'll see a blue bolt right here. And just take both of them out, and then you get this, right? And I'm just one-handed style. You see the movement? It's almost what you need to get it out. Sometimes, in my mechanical expertise, you gotta take the bolt off the sway bar on the other side too, because the sway bar kind of holds it up. So, I mean, honestly, I actually can get that out. So I'm gonna put this camera down. Wait. We're getting there. We're getting there. Camera down. Alright, so boom. Camera down. Just push down on it, it comes out. Then you get it back, which will be the tightly wound ones. These are the backs. They're probably marked as well. Kind of heavy. But you see the R? Yeah, right there. There's an R on that at the end of that number. That means rear. Right there. So, and then just for those who need to make sure, right there. So we got F and we got R. So these are the rears. And obviously the words are in order, top to bottom. So just stand it up the way the words, where you can read it the normal way. You know, it only makes sense. So I'm gonna put this back down really fast and let's put it in. Make sure you take the boots off, put it on the new shock, but this one was for the top. So for the top, just put it on there. Make sure you line it up good, because it has a little line-up notch right there. You can see it, it's right there. So make sure you line the notch up with the start of the spring, like that. Push it down. And then get this sleeve out of here. Another sleeve, same thing for the bottom. And then put it back in. And it should line up the same way. There's a little notch on the bottom where it sits in there, and boom, that's your lowering spring. So then you gotta get a jack and jack it up. Hopefully that was descriptive enough for y'all. So that was the back. Take the bolts out, put the bolts in, check out the front.
I don't know what's taking brighter.
Not even. You see him pull up with his light? Do you see the lumens, bro? Look in the camera. Look in the camera.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the lumens.
He said the lumens.
Anyway, so for the front Mustang, be like, you gotta take the caliper off. There's two 15s in the back, and then you have to take these off. They're 24s. Yes, 24s. You probably don't even own this. You gotta go to the store and buy it. It's huge. Check it out. 24. If you didn't believe me. And you only have to take off this side. So and you're probably gonna need something with some power. So take off the backs, take off the calipers, and then you have to hammer these bolts out, like with He-Man type force. Bang these bolts out. So it'll be easier if you turn your steering wheel away so that you can get easier access to the bolts, because when you're swinging that hammer, you have to swing that hammer. It's not going to damage it. You see how much extra room they give you to, you know, not mess up. You're going to have to swing that hammer. Alright, so hopefully that time lapse was good enough. So bolts banged loose. Just gotta take the 3 off the top. But what I didn't show you was, you gotta take the sway bar off right here. It's an 18. And the center part is a 8mm. So if you want to run it in, 8mm. So after this, just gonna take these 3 bolts off and shocks out. And then I gotta, you should spring compress this. It'll make it so much easier. Then you can put this one on. So I'm gonna do all of this. You know how to use a spring compressor. If not, YouTube it. That's what it's there for. How to spring compress. But we'll be right back. We are back with the new spring in. Alright, so now that the new spring's in, you literally just put these 2 bolts in, right? You put the 2 nuts on. You know, nuts and nuts. We got sway bar, so you put that bolt on, sway bar bolt on. And then, if you can see right here, I'm gonna zoom in so you can see really well. Right there, come on. Come on. Right there. Alright. So you see those grooves? Those are what you hammered out. So when you use your gun or hand, you're basically gonna pull them back in. So just for visual aids, let me zoom out. We get this 24. Get this gun. Oh, let me turn the light down so you don't need all that light. Yeah. Oh, actually, still too bright. Alright, boom. So light turned down. We got the gun. We got the 24. I thought. Yeah. All right. And literally, put it on there. All right, so we have the caliper back on, put the 215s in, put the 214s back in, and the 18. So that's the front. We did the back, bam. So now we just gotta put these wheels back on, put it on the ground, and you will get your final views of this Mustang with the Eibach springs on it. Give me a second so I can make it happen. So here we go, transition. You ready to see it? Are you ready to see the car? Are you ready to see this car? Sheesh. You know, look at that. The fitment on point, super close, but not too close. The wheels turned a little bit to the left. In the back, look at that thing. If you know fitment, that is super flush. It look good though. Like, I like it, and I hope you like it too. I hope he like it. He's like super hyped to see the car. But here is your Mustang, the newest generation with the Eibach on there. Like, the wheels are black, so you can't really get too much of a contrast, but you got some spacers on there. If you were wondering if that's factory, no, they're spacers. They're pretty thick. Right there, you see them. And yeah, the Mustang in its entirety looks pretty good, not gonna lie. I wouldn't own a Mustang, but maybe, just maybe, you own a Mustang and you tuned in to see this video. Appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching me work on this car, because hopefully it helps you lower yours. So on that note, everybody hit me up on IG. Any questions, you can send me videos, pictures, whatever. If you need help installing yours, I will gladly talk you through it, or I will gladly do it for you. Sanders Installs. Also follow that on Instagram. But you know where the party is, my main page. And if you happen to be a Mustang, Charger, or any of those muscle cars, keep it between the lanes, bro. And y'all have a good day. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.